Hello, and welcome to Live with Cheryl, Season 4. You are here with me, Cheryl Bevan, PhD, with Dr. Felicia, Public Health Ninja Extraordinaire. And on Live with Cheryl, we like to sneak in a lot of good things, keeping us healthy. And we like to focus on creative ways we can use all that energy from staying healthy in different art things and different ways to create solutions that Dr. Felicia has been doing in her work life. So we have so many things to share, y'all. But first, we want to share our welcome, 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 welcome. Thanks for being here. So how's it been going, Dr. Felicia? What you been up to lately?
Oh, I have some exciting news. Okay.
Okay.
So I work for Norfolk State University in Hampton
Yes.
Roads, Southeast
Yes.
Virginia. And
Yes.
we have been partnering with Old Dominion University, which is about 3 miles away.
Yes.
And the Commonwealth of Virginia approved our new School of Public Health starting on Monday, September 30th. So now the Joint School of Public Health at Old Dominion University and Norfolk State University exists officially. Yes. And the only last thing we're doing now is we want to be accredited by the group that does that for schools of public health. But that means we're on our way. And this has been, we signed the memorandum of understanding, the MOU, in the summer 2021. So I've been working on this with my colleagues for at least 3 years.
3 years.
So it's so exciting. So they did the press release today. So that's why the big announcement today. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yep.
3-year journey, seeing it through. We're so proud
Yes.
of you and glad you
Thank
shared
you.
it with us. Hooray, hooray, hooray. So how's it feeling? I mean, this is a major step. Like you said, there's still
Yeah.
accreditation to come, but what's that feel like?
It's a big relief
Yeah.
because I think this type of partnership for a school was thought about or tried about 10 years ago and it kind of
Okay.
fell apart. And
Okay.
it's challenging because it's complex,
Yeah.
because you got two very different organizations working together.
Yeah.
And also because Old Dominion University merged or integrated with Eastern Virginia Medical School at the
Oh,
same,
okay.
like in the last year as well, starting July 1st. And that added a whole other level of complexity that on something
Yeah.
that was already complex. We're only the third joint school of public health in the country, and it's in part because it's complex.
Right.
Um,
To do it
so
well,
it's
to
exciting. Yeah,
yeah, to
yeah.
like
I mean,
weave through red tape.
well, that and also, logos and colors and, which name goes first and then
Sure.
who counts which students. I mean, what kind of tuition do you have
Oh.
when you have two institutions that have two different kinds of
Mhm.
tuitions, but you have one MPH program across both
Right.
campuses? And you've got two board of visitors who has to decide. I mean, there are a lot of things
Right.
that have to be worked out so that it's fair across the different
Right.
campuses. And at the same time, you're taking advantage of what's unique about both. I mean, we're an
Right.
HBCU, so we have a
Right.
unique history and a unique connection to communities that are often influenced
Exactly.
by structural barriers that influence how people thrive. Old Dominion University is 5 times as large in terms of student enrollment. They
Right.
just became an R1 classification around research
Oh,
infrastructure.
okay.
But they're not, it's not this, it's not the same thing. So
Yeah.
you have two very different cultures, two very different perspectives, but we need to work together, for
Yeah.
the region. So
That is
it's
so
challenging.
fascinating. And I think
Yeah.
people who have done a lot of organizational work will really appreciate what you've pulled off, especially knowing it was attempted before. And
Exactly.
yeah,
So
there's some,
So we filmed something for the American Public Health Association, has a TV film series, and they contacted us to talk about the joint school. So
okay.
on Tuesday of this week, we filmed for a 5-minute film that's going to launch at APHA and at the end of October. So one of the things that I said was, one of the challenges is in order for this to succeed, your leadership has to be committed, right, at all
Hmm.
levels. But I said this, I said, but anybody who studied organizational theory knows you have to codify that. It cannot be about the individuals. So your policies and the representation of committees and the way you distribute funds, all of those things have to reflect the equal partnership you're trying to put in place when the two organizations by definition are going to be different. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
no two organizations are exactly the same. So when you've got a partnership, you've got to figure out how to make it equal
Yeah.
in fact, not just by intent.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's so true. And I think when one is missing, you really feel it. But especially if the fact is not there,
yeah,
you can't
yeah,
go
yeah.
forward.
Yeah, that's
Truly.
right. It won't
So,
stay. It won't be sustainable unless
no.
people really bite into it.
Yeah.
Both official, by again the concrete
Both.
policies
Yeah.
that are operationalized, as well as the intent, because you need people to
Yeah.
stay. I'm in. They need to be
Exactly.
inspired.
Over and over.
'Cause
Exactly.
I've been working on this nonstop for 3 years, basically, in
Yeah.
terms of I'm not even exaggerating. Almost every week, I would have at least one meeting where I drive over to ODU and meet with the team, like every week for 3 years, pretty
Just to drive
much.
it forward.
Some
Yeah.
days off here and there. But you've got to have people who are that dedicated, right? In
Yeah.
order to keep the focus and to make sure you're paying attention to all the pieces. And then, like I said, eventually you have to sort of bake that into everything so that it can be sustained.
That is so exciting for you to be able
Yeah.
to know the process that you engaged with
Yes.
achieve something that was so difficult, and you can really point to say, this is the kind of thing
It's
that
like,
I brought to the
I
table
had a
that made it
hand in it.
happen. You
Yes.
did. You
Yes.
had a
Not by
major
myself,
hand.
of course, but
No,
I
but
definitely take a lot of pride in that
yeah,
accomplishment.
yeah,
For Norfolk State, and I'm super excited to see where it goes. So, I mean, we still have a
yes.
lot more work to do because if we're on track to be accredited, but the decision won't be made until June 2026. So we have a site visit November 2025. So we still have to stay focused to dot our I's, cross T's, make sure that that we are meeting all the standards. And then once we are over that hurdle, then you're in a whole different phase. Okay, now you exist, you're accredited.
Right.
Now it's the regular processes that all the other schools go through. So
Yes.
yeah.
Exciting. Oh, I'm so happy for you. This is such a
Yeah.
great thing because of course I've been getting updates that y'all have not all seen, but this is the
Right.
press release
This
and
is
things are
yes.
out. This is awesome.
It's on LinkedIn. It's official.
It's official. If it's on LinkedIn, it must be official, right? Well, I'm just so happy for you. This is just so great. And if folks have questions or whatever, they can contact you about it. They want to learn some things because it just sounds like you're an organizational guru who might have some real wisdom to share with folks who are trying to do some difficult things in their own organizations. I
Oh,
don't know if I can serve you
sure.
up like that, but you're not only a public health ninja, but it sounds like you're an organizational whiz. And so people
Yeah,
might want to,
I have my moments.
yeah,
I'm sure I'll be
yeah,
happy to talk to anybody about the lessons that
yeah.
we've learned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds very generous. But clap it up again. I feel like we need some more applause there. I feel like we
Yes.
really do. Yeah, we absolutely do. Okay. Yeah, it needs to be a little louder. Yeah, I feel like it needs to be a
Property
little louder.
tax students,
Clap,
Norfolk State,
clap. Okay,
ODU.
and a little bit of it. Like, yeah, woo woo, a woo woo. Okay, there we
Yes,
go.
there we go.
Yeah. Okay. The
Oh,
only
sorry.
reason I can't hoot and holler myself is the little one is asleep in the other room back there. So otherwise, I'd be like, whoop it up. That's so cool, please. That's so cool. Yay.
Mhm.
Well, I do not have a major announcement through LinkedIn, but I do have some updates as I've been creating things in my business. And I am proud of different things that I've been working on that I can share with y'all for updates as I create. So let me get on to it. So on the acting side, oh, Dr.
One more,
Felicia,
one more
yes.
thing. Thus the Norfolk State logo here
Oh, there we go.
in the gold, green and gold. Behold the green and gold. Yes.
Ah, okay. This is intentional, y'all.
Yes.
Yes, always representing. So let me represent some of the creative side of this show. So I got some more updates as I create. On the acting side, I've been having some auditions and I have a new client, a very big client. It's a 3 book voiceover client for me. Yeah. a 3-book deal. And I'm really going to be excited to share. This is going to be some fun stuff. I've really enjoyed the writing so far. And this is a client, an author who's very intentional about what he's doing and still leaves some room for creativity on the part of the narrator. So it's going to be fun, y'all. I'm going to have some good things to share. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But I'll talk more as we get down the road. But some of those should be coming out in the next couple months because we're up and going and I'm making some time for it. Things were slowing a little bit down for me. They were really fast clip for me working at Duke University over in Durham as a standardized patient with their medical school, their nursing program, their physician assistant program. Y'all, they got a lot of stuff going on over there, simulating what they're doing to help medical professionals get better. And I've just been so heartened by the community over there around it. You get to see not only young people or people who are at mid-career switching to these different fields, but you also get to see the people who educate them, the people who are professors and people who support, and all those folks are intent to do a good job with what they're doing here and trying to make sure that patients who walk in the door get listened to and we're not all treated the exact same way in terms of who we are as people, but the level of service is always really great, but people can individualize sort of how they're going to interact with us in order to give us the same high quality level of service. It's just so encouraging, makes me just want to expect more from my own medical providers. Not that I haven't gotten really, I have actually gotten some really great connected kind of care, but sometimes it doesn't happen that way. I mean, you know, as a public health professional, you know, yeah.
All right, that Oop, okay,
You,
off mute.
we can hear you
Um,
now.
that is definitely something that people are working on. As a matter of fact, one of the projects that Norfolk State connected to is called All of Us by
Mm,
at NIH at the National Institutes of Health. And they're trying to build a cohort of 1 million people to support precision medicine. So it's
oof,
just what you were saying.
be
So
great.
they want to have enough people with enough variety of things so that they can hone in on things that where you have a relatively small population. But the idea would be to say, okay, Dr. Mebane comes to me. She has these characteristics. Let me hone in on what she might need. And then there's another part to it as well, because we want diversity of people who are using the data as
Yeah,
well, both for
yeah,
research and teaching. So they were doing a tour of HBCUs because we want to have
yeah.
professors who come, with different perspectives and backgrounds, and you can use this data these data in the classroom as well. So it had two sides. We were asking people to think about participating to diversify
Right.
the pool, and then we were also talking to our faculty to say, hey, here's this great resource you can publish off of, you can teach off of. But again, the bottom line was it can inform policy and health services and quality of care, but one of the big goals is precision medicine.
Yes, and we all have that sense of, isn't that just so much more of what makes sense? I mean, we have so much ability to have precision data taking about us in so many areas. What about in our critical areas, like in our health? That'd be great. We would love that. Oh, and I don't think we would use it frivolously if we have intelligent folks like yourself getting together and trying to figure out if we can make really good decisions from that, you know?
And that is something that in public health we talk about ethics, we talk about law. There are people who focus on the law. You want to make
Yeah.
sure that the data are used responsibly. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Fascinating stuff, but I got to say, it's also heartening sometimes to go into these medical spaces when I am not suffering from something and no loved one is suffering from something, because then I can absorb a lot more information. So I'm actually learning quite a bit because I'm not stressed out that somebody I love is in care. Like I'm watching and learning quite a bit in some of these scenarios because maybe a professor is teaching one thing and then they pause to teach another thing. And I've just seen such a collegial environment where people are just open to, oh, here's this third year medical student who's critiquing the professor's demonstration from the lens of trauma informed care. And he's like, oh, thank you. That is fabulous. Thank you. And this is what I would do. And he runs with it. No ego, just there to bring the best they can for the first year medical students. I said, oh my goodness, it gave me chills. I was just like, that's awesome. And I'm not the one who's like suffering in any way. I'm just sitting there watching all this happen. Like, this is great. Y'all are going to be great. Keep doing what they're doing. That's awesome. Listen, learn. Everybody work together. It's great. So that's some of the acting stuff I'll be sharing more when things come out. On the side of writing, I've been back to pitching my latest work now. I've been back at another season. Like every other month, I end up pitching through these different outlets. And I want to mention that one of them that I pitch through every quarter is coming back up. It's mostly on X, formerly known as Twitter, and they have an event every quarter, Screen Pit. So screenplay pitching, screenpit.org is the site for it. So I'll put that up uh, with this video later on so people can go to that. And I've done it before, and evidently some people have attracted industry attention there. So it's just happening in a couple of weeks, I think October 16th. But y'all go to screenpit.org. I've done it before. You just get your materials together and you put yourself out there and use the hashtag, and hopefully by it trending, it helps a lot more people notice your stuff. And I've done it, and it's made me actually put together pictures and grabbier things because you want to grab people on Twitter. And then, okay, now when I pitch professionals normally, I actually include those too. So, what were you going to say? I sensed that you were going to add a little something. No, cool. Yeah. So with the writing stuff, that's been going on, and I'm getting feedback. I entered a contest I've entered in the past, which is Blue Cats contest. They're one of the major ones, and one of the nice things about them, which I've mentioned before, is when you pay the normal entry, just you enter the contest, they give you feedback, and you can use that to re-enter if you want to, or just use it for other contests, or just throw it out, whatever you want. And so I'm using that as coverage for this latest piece that I wrote. So I'm going to get that feedback in a couple weeks, and then I can quickly type whatever changes I think I want to make in, and then submit a new thing there. So you have to pay a separate entrance if you want to submit an updated draft, and then they consider both drafts. Details, schmetails, go to Blue Cat screenplay contest and y'all can check it out. I think I got one of the earlier, cheaper entrances, but the fees go up a little bit, but they're still competing for the 2025 contest. So that's available for folks with writing. Let's see. So I have a lot with music going on, and I want to have some dance excitement everywhere for part of me sharing what's going on with music. So y'all might have noticed that I have Take It All with the funky version that's out now on social media. Y'all can see it where you stream music. So people have been streaming it, but that just came out a couple weeks ago. But I also now have the third piece. Hey, third piece from from A Loving Lift, and the DistroKid is what I'm using to distribute my works here. But I'll again post that. And what you can do now is pre-order. If you go to distrokid.com/hyperfollow/Cheryl Mebane, then there's also a /shine-2. Okay, I don't expect y'all to know that, but I will put that up again in the comments or information about this video, because that's now in pre-order as of today. So that's the third song coming out. So y'all, All Nighter is out. Take It All is out a couple weeks ago. People are enjoying things and saving them on places I can see, like I think on Spotify I can see some folks are checking things out, and some people have been helping me spread the word. New friends, strangers before they knew my music, and they're like, hey, we'll help you. So I'm like, that's cool, thank you. And anyone who wants to share and spread the word is very welcome. But I want to, for dance excitement everywhere, I wanted to share a little bit. I did post for patrons. Thank you, patrons. Hello, hello, thank you, patrons. I posted today. This was actually a couple days past. It was supposed to be the September, but it's here now. Concert. So that is me singing All Nighter, singing Take It All, and singing Shine, which doesn't come out publicly for a couple more weeks. So for patrons, patreon.com/Cheryl Mebane in the top 2 tiers, y'all can check that out today. I just posted that. But as promised, when I have anything going on, I'll bring a little bit of it here. So I'm going to share my screen and get on into my YouTube situation so y'all can see a little bit of what I got going on there for patrons, y'all. So let me see if I can pull this up. I know I can. I'm not saying I can't. See if I can. I'm like, oh, I absolutely can pull this up. Let me see where I have to put my content.
Okay, while you're
Because
doing that, I have the most
yes,
boring background ever. I'm gonna have to do something about that.
most boring background ever. What is going on? Why do you have the most boring background ever?
I know. I need to
What's
do something colorful or something.
well, then we could just focus even more so on the green and gold behold. So I think that might be maybe not such a bad thing. I don't know. So
Think about it.
I'm gonna have us just check out a little bit of what I was sharing today for patrons. And this was just me in the studio doing a little thing, nothing too fancy, but just behind the scenes stuff. And I think I'll share a little bit of All Nighter. It's been a minute since I've shared All Nighter with y'all, so I think I'll share a little bit of that. So I think y'all should be able to see what's going on there. I'll fast forward a little bit so y'all can hear some of the music. And I'm going to also sing Take It All. Okay, wait a minute. I'm talking. I'm introducing the thing. I was running the board. So it's time to study walk over. Yeah. I'm reading you, baby, with the lights down low. I've got an advanced lesson ready to go. You look confused. I know just what to do. I gotta educate you before the night is through. You can dance, y'all. Oh, all nighter. Oh, all nighter. Hey, you may want to get some of that extra credit. Yeah. You say I'm talking crazy, you could teach this class. I say you better listen up. If you want to pass, you say put me to the test. So I say study time is through. It's an open exam, so show me all that you can do. So there you go, y'all. Just a little bit of behind the scenes, kind of sitting at the studio mic doing my thing, and I'm dancing inside, so it can be a little dance excitement everywhere. What you thinking, Dr. Felicia? Go ahead.
I'm thinking that's my little sister. She's so cute. Okay, I know that's totally not the vibe, but that's what I was thinking.
I'll take a cute vibe. I will always take a cute vibe. There's never going to be a time where I don't thumbs up the cute vibe. I'm having fun, and I'm also a bit of a ham. I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just so much fun. Like, look, it's music, and it can be so many things. But for me, for it to be fun and cute, and you have a good time with it, because like the songwriting can be a lot of edit, and refine. But then once you have it and it's out and you're really happy with it, just have fun. It doesn't have to be all serious. Sometimes the vibe can be just whatever, it can be this sexy song, and then you just play with it. It's a silly song too, because it's sort of tongue in cheek and, metaphoric and stuff. So it can be cute. Thank you, Dr. Felicia. I appreciate that. I love it. Thank you for listening. But yeah, I was having fun today doing that, and just wanted to make sure I put some things out, because every month there's just a new special offering for patrons. And so I said, I've been a bit busy with all kinds of stuff, including getting music from Greg Yim. He, my collaborator on A Loving Lift, my wonderful guitar player, he sent me tracks for two other songs coming up. So my fourth and my fifth song. So I got those tracks this weekend. And so I was like, oh my God, so I got a little distracted trying to, drop those in and start, okay, this is going to be pop. It's going to be hot. It's going to be popping. And it is, y'all. It's going to be great. Got some big, crunchy, like really distorted guitar work on some of it. So nice big rock guitar on some of it, and some other stuff too. Songs that I haven't mentioned for this project yet. So that's still to come. And so it took me a moment to say, I can't neglect my patrons. I got to go ahead and put some stuff. So as promised, I shared that here. And then, and so Dance Excitement Everywhere is just a segment that we do here where you probably saw me in the bottom, really small there. I was just sort of silly dancing around. We keep it cute on Live with Cheryl. We keep it cute. What'd you say?
Sorry. You were dancing. I was just going, oh.
I love that though, because it's live. It's whatever we feel. As long as it feels good, it feels right, y'all. So, and what feels good and right to me is wrapping up Live with Cheryl. We're going to do our health trivia. And this was a holdover from last week because we didn't have anybody to give the answer last week. So y'all have had some time to think about this, some of y'all. So hopefully y'all will be ready. And what I'm going to do is share a little bit for y'all now, because I really always need more reasons to stretch and more reminders to stretch. So here is the health trivia. So fill in the blank. Expect to feel tension while you're stretching, not blank. Should you not feel ambivalence? So you shouldn't feel wishy-washy about stretching. You should feel very, like, seriously not ambivalent, like you definitely want to stretch. Should you not feel joy? No, this is very serious. Again, stretching, very serious. You should not feel joy. It should be like very intense. Or should you not feel pain? So stretching should feel tense but not painful. What do y'all think would happen to be the correct answer there in terms of what they really want to caution you about? So maybe some things could be in the blank, but what's the one that people, health professionals, let's say, would really want y'all to know? Just wondering. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time and I'm gonna play a little bit of our I guess I'll play a little bit of Shine. Um, I'll do that. Let me fast forward a little bit. Here we go. All right, there we go. Give me a little time to think about it. A little bit. Y'all can chat the answer. If you have one. I'll try to look around. Okay, so we have a, I'm sorry, I was just checking it. I saw you saw it too. We do have a response
I was like, wait,
from,
there's a little
yes,
thingamajiggy that says somebody responded.
yes, Tim D. Tim D responded and he said C is the answer, and that is totally correct. There's a little thing there saying we had a little chat. So, yes, and I think I had to go log in over there to see it was Tim D. So, Tim D, you are correct. And let me go ahead and give y'all the full quote and the source also. This is the Mayo Clinic source. Feel tension while you're stretching, not pain. Back off to the point where you don't feel any pain, then hold the stretch. I've been reading a lot about different stretching, and y'all can check out the Mayo Clinic site and other reputable sites there. I'll put that link up later on for y'all. But I gotta say, I think I need to educate myself even more about the benefits of stretching, because with sitting so much and a lot of different things that come up just over time, being in your body over decades of time, I think, okay, I got to get moving. Yes. But if I exercise a lot and don't do the stretching, I think I'm missing out. So I've been really trying to educate myself about stretching, getting back into it. You're nodding, you know, Dr. Felicia, but while you add in, Tim, why don't you go ahead and let us know if you want to hear some more of All Nighter, or if you want to hear some more of Shine, or more of the theme song. I'm going to give you three choices:
Well,
more All Nighter, more Shine, or more of the theme for Live with Cheryl. So, Dr. Felicia, what do you got to say about stretching while Tim is making his
well,
decision?
so the thing is, I'm old enough where I think stretching was always very specific. So you're a
Mm,
runner, you stretch these muscles, you feel
okay.
pain, you stretch. But I've never liked that. It used to
Mm,
be the hold and you lean over and you try to lean over. I like more what they call active stretching, where you're kind of moving from one position to, which is like yoga. So
yes. Mm-hmm.
so I have found a yoga app where you can do it for about 10-15 minutes, and they tell you what to do. They walk you through it, and I found that to be very helpful.
That
Because,
sounds
in part
great.
because when you try to target a certain area, um, that may be one thing, but what I realize is I'll do something that they ask me to do, and I realize, okay, yes,
Yeah.
that's hitting something I didn't know I
Another
needed. Here we go.
exactly. That's what happens. That's what happens. Sometimes we get used to certain targeted stretches, but
Right, right.
then over the course of life, you need other things. Well, that's so well said. And I'm sure that folks will appreciate any nudges and reminders, including apps, including us talking about it here or anywhere we
Yeah.
can all buddy up and encourage each other to try to stretch a little bit more. So in the meantime, thanks for sharing that. But Tim has chosen theme. So we're going to close out Live with Cheryl, listening to the Live with Cheryl theme song. And want to thank everybody. Dr. Felicia, thank you, Tim. Thank you, other listeners out there. Thank you, patrons. Thank y'all for support. And we will be at a
One-
different time
Oh, okay.
for
I
the
was
next
going to say,
Live with
okay, I
Cheryl.
noticed that. Okay.
Yes, I want to point this out because with a new season and a new location and a new job for one person in my family, for Tim, we have a different schedule that we're going to have with Live with Cheryl. So the next Live with Cheryl is going to be in 2 weeks. October 17th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Maybe that'll be a little easier for some folks on the West Coast, maybe, to check us out. But definitely for us, it's going to be important for our family to make sure we can accommodate a different work schedule. So Tim, massage therapist, can help people relieve tension until like 8 o'clock or so, and then we can rush home and do live with Cheryl. So that's why we're doing that. But thanks everyone for spending some time here with us, and hopefully you stretch, hopefully you enjoy each other, hopefully you come back. That's right, that's right, and enjoy some more live with Cheryl another time. In the meantime, I'm going to go out with a theme song, and y'all take care, and we'll see you again in the future.